But do we have questions? It is so wonderful to see how light and which beautiful comic elements you start the film, like with the split screens and also the end. Nobody sang along with you, which was a shame, but maybe tomorrow. But then, of course, that gave way to a certain unease. And how does it feel when you film people on the street and they're really homophobic and they say gays or they whatever, hate gays?
It was horrible. That was just the beginning of this trip. Like a comrade here. It was surprising because when we started the shooting, that was February, we cannot never imagine what was going on. It was discovering day after day about this country, quite homophobic. Of course, not all of them. I don't want to say that all of them are homophobic, but of course, the one we met on the street, even the one they decide to go in the square and do this ridiculous parade called Family Day. And we still can't realize how it's possible that the idea to extend rights can be a risk for the majority who has already rights. It's not like a cover, that if you pull in a way, we still can't understand. It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Yes, of course it wasn't a big pleasure hearing people telling you, oh, you're against nature, you're sick. But after a certain point, maybe we got used to it, because in a way we saw what was happening and how also the media and the Vatican, of course, especially the Vatican, used this homophobia. And basically the people we met just said what they heard the day before on the news, or saying by some bishop or cardinal or priest, or sometimes also the Pope. So you could really see how people, without reflecting, they just get this stuff and they reproduce it. And that was a surprise and also frightening to see that there is no critical point of view by the people their own.
We don't bite.
Any questions? When can you talk to the filmmakers? There's one. Yes, go ahead.
I have just a question. Were there any times during the shooting and when you were dealing with all these people where you were thinking, I know for Luca he was thinking that a lot of the time that was obviously in the film, but you, did you ever think, I'm too tired, I'm not continuing, or go in another country or something?
Well, in the whole material we shot, there was one scene where I lost control, where at the Family Day, it was with one guy, and I was asking him a question, he said stupid things, and I said, yeah, shut up, I can't take it anymore. We are not there for, we're not taking away anything from you. But since then, I tried to be calm, because we really wanted to understand the reason of the others, and we wanted to listen, because we were interested in their arguments, in their points of view. But basically, keeping asking, we could see that there was no reflection about what they were saying. And was there another question? Oh, if we wanted to leave Italy. Well, we thought already about it 2 years ago when the election was, and 2 years ago, lucky enough, we said, okay, we can stay. But in 2 months, we are going to have elections in Italy again, and it's looking really, really bad. And Berlusconi already presented his new program for the government, which means some of the points are defense of the traditional family, defense of the Catholic values, and private schools, which private schools in Italy are basically run by the Vatican. So if within 2 months public opinion in Italy doesn't change and we don't get a turnout, it doesn't mean that the center-left is better. I mean, this film shows that the homosexual issue unifies left and right in Italy. I mean, they are divided on everything, but on rights for gay couples, they completely agree, with some exceptions like Minister Polastrini. So yes, probably we are thinking about it and we are discussing about it, if we would like to stay in Italy, if we have these people back in the government running this country, this beautiful country, but which is just a bit naive and stupid, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
You know, their politics, I mean, don't believe the Ministro Polastrini, she looks very earnest. She was probably the only one we met. She also wrote a nice letter today to the Italian press. And to us, also the others looks too much, how do you say, interest in their own business, and they need a vote, and because in Italy the vote, you can find mostly of the vote in the center area. Now everybody's running in this area from left and right. They want to go in the center in order to have more vote. So.
And one thing is, of course, they are all afraid in Italy of the Vatican. I mean, since the new Pope Benedict XVI came on power in the Vatican, things got much worse in Italy, because you can really feel the presence of the Church in internal affairs in Italy. But that's also because there's a big vacuum on the political side, which is filled probably by the Vatican, or that leaves so much space to the influence of the Church.
Okay, they said if you can repeat the questions because they didn't hear.
I'm curious, what proportion of the people who you interviewed on the street were actually against gay marriage? And of course you chose to show the ones who spoke out against it in the movie. And I'm curious what proportion that was of the people that you actually spoke to.
Yes, unfortunately we didn't have much choice in selecting people who were for it, because all the people we met there basically were against it. Of course, these were demonstrations against any legislation for gay couples. But I mean, that's a question which many people ask us. But it was really, we didn't select just the ones who were against it. And that was also very surprising to us. I mean, unfortunately, all these people were.
It's curious because everybody saw the movie and said the same things, that we've been not objective because mostly of them were against, but that's just your impression because we've been very equal. There are 3 parade pro and 3 parade against. There are 3 political pro and 3 political, but because the one against are very aggressive, they looks worse. Probably you remember better.
And we couldn't get married in Spain or in any other European country. I mean, we could, but it would have no legal recognition in Italy. Yeah.
Yes?
How did the story continue after you stopped shooting the film? What about the law or the discussion?
The law at the moment is just dead. That's why we made this movie, and we are very glad to be here tonight because thanks to this documentary, we have great pages in the main popular newspaper in Italy over these days. So we hope that the discussion will start again because we have the election in a few months. And so that's what we hope they decide something, because they just forget about us.
Yeah, there was another crisis in Italy, and basically the government Prodi had to resign, and we will have new elections in 2 months. So.
Yes. I was wondering if the Italian government has any problems with the European Union because of not recognizing.
There is a European directive, I don't know if you can say that, which asks the member states to make a law regarding unmarried and homosexual couples. Italy has not done it yet, but still hasn't got any problems officially from the EU, even though the European Parliament had asked any member state.
So I would like to ask you if you know how many not married couples we have in our country.
How many not married couples are in Italy? Because in the film they say 96%.
It's a strictly forbidden issue, and nobody talk about that. This politics was kind of weird because he has this percent, or I don't know where he found it. Every time when I saw that scenes, I can't believe it, really sad. It was like 96%, 3%, 1%. It's not bingo, it's not true.
No, but the official numbers of the Istat, that's the Italian statistic agency, said that in Italy there are about 500,000 civil unions, and tendency growing. Meanwhile, the marriage is going down. So there is a need for people, but politics doesn't reflect what actually the society is at the moment in Italy. And I don't know if you've seen the average age of the politicians in Italy is quite high. So maybe with a generational change, things will turn out better. But unless we have the 70 plus on power, I think it's going to be difficult.
Yes.
You screened the movie in Italy.
Yes, of course.
No,
No, not in the public TV. No, we hope to have the chance to show it somewhere, in some way. I don't know which one, but I'm optimist. We have already a lot of, not for the television, not for the public television, that's true, but we'll see, maybe we organize something, I'm gonna tell you.
No, Ness. We have some, especially from abroad, from foreign distributors. Okay. The Italian distributors, not yet, but we really cross the fingers that something will happen. And actually, when we knew about the Berlin thing, it was on the 14th of January, which was also our 9th anniversary. And I don't know if you knew, but it was very strange that this call came on the 14th of January. We actually didn't have really the time also to approach all the Italian distributors to ask them if they would take our film. We hope so. I think it would be important to see it in Italy. There, for sure, it will be in one festival called DEC Festival in May, and in Rome, and probably we are going to organize something in Apollo 11, which is a documentary cultural group in Rome. And the Ministry Polistrini said already that she will come, she will love to come, and also Cesare Salvi. In an interview he said, I swear that if I'm going to organize a screening of the film in Rome, so we'll see if he keeps its word.
For how long have you been editing your film?
Okay, we start in August. We sacrifice our holidays, and we finish in half October. It took 2 months and a half. Yeah, it was a long thing because we had 35 hours shooting, and it was very hard to decide what to sacrifice. And we had an editor with us, so we worked together this day, and she was so good because she was able to recognize if something was good or something was bad, if something was maybe too intimate, maybe we weren't able to be objective. So.
Your film, there seems to be quite a strong fear of losing the so-called, real family. Why do you think is it like this? Do you think society is changing quite a lot right now? Or how could you explain this strong reaction?
Just rhetorical, it's empty, it's just words.
So yeah, what really happened was that at a certain point, family was only that what you saw on advertising, like man, woman, and blonde children, basically. Even though it has nothing to do with reality, and as Luca said, I think it became just really a rhetorical thing, saying. This is the family and this is not, so these who are not family are against the family, or they want to destroy the traditional family. So it was very badly instrumentalized, because none of us is against the family. We are happy if the family politics in Italy changes and families get money and stuff, but that doesn't mean that other couples shouldn't have the rights.
I spoke in Italian and then you translate. Mentre giravate il film, eravate al corrente che i parlamentari hanno i diritti che vi chiedono, e se lo sapevate, come mai non avete chiesto ai politici che intervistavate?
She was asking if, when we were doing the film, we knew that the politicians, the members of parliament, also living in a gay couple or in an unmarried couple, they do have the rights which the ordinary couples, unmarried couples in Italy don't have. Answer, I discovered that quite late, and I was also very surprised about that, and discussed it. And the second part, what was that?
Why you asked somebody?
Because I knew too much. Too late.
No, we don't care.
Sorry to say that about you, but I think the issue is more get a question?
Where's the question?
Can you repeat the question? We didn't.
That was a comment. He said that he wishes the film worldwide audience, international audience, so the people see Italy being well known for great food and great landscapes. It's a really fucked up country on the other side. So we wish you worldwide audience. Thank you so much for bringing something that's written in the home and most screen for the first row. Luca Ragazzi, Gustav Hofer, and please don't forget to vote for our audience awards. Thank you.